Hi Aquarius, welcome to your 7th to the 14th of April 2024. So we are in an eclipse and a Mercury retrograde. Like the video, comment. If you want the exclusive eclipse read, it is below. So this will tell you what the eclipse means for you, how it's going to affect your life, how you can use the energy constructively. There's also tarot coaching for those more wanting to really do the work. There's face-to-face, everything is linked below. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we can see. What can we see for Aquarius this week? So we've got the Hermit reverse. Some of you are kind of just living in the moment. Okay, we've got the Four of Wands with the Hermit reverse. For the Aquarius man, you might be dealing with a woman who doesn't want a long-term future with you. Again, I think with the current energy, we need to look at that most humans are causing their own pain. We keep showing up in the lives of people who are not invested. We keep being in things that we know are not the kind of life that we want to live in. So I do think a lot of human beings' lives are the pain is self-inflicted. Okay, obviously because it takes discipline to really commit to what it is that you want. Okay, it takes a lot more discipline to say I'm going to stay in on a Saturday night and I'm going to watch a podcast and I'm going to do the work instead of going out slutting it on the town. It takes a lot more discipline to not drink anything or smoke anything than it does to just go down the local bar, smoke yourself to death, drink. Okay? It takes a lot of discipline to stay alone, especially with the way humans are wired, than it does to go out there and get in connections that are only going to make you feel smaller, cheapen you, and hurt you. Okay, so a lot of it is because humans are always battling their survival needs. Okay, so it's hard to be a human being, right, to have that, because we're always fighting the lower self with the higher self. The lower self wants to eat, fuck, mess, play. The higher self is like, no, like that's going to get me in drama, it's going to get me in trouble, it's going to have consequences. So the problem for humans is we're always constantly battling the two sides. Okay. Then there's the world. So we've got our own internal problems, our own internal fight, our own internal world, and then we've got the external as well. Some years this week though, I think it's a really good week for some Aquariuses. You might be buying your first home, you might have just recently moved home, you might be ready to move home. I do like moving home. You know when you move to a new house and it's kind of like new energy and white walls and it's awesome, right? It has like a good effect on you. So yeah, some of you are just in a good place right now. You're not thinking too much about the long term. You're doing you. You're celebrating. But for the Aquariuses who are dealing with a Virgo or an Aries, be careful. I feel like this person doesn't care. The hardest thing in life is for a person to mean so much to you and for them to mean nothing. For them to mean so much to you, but you mean nothing to them. That's painful. But there's a lot of these out there. Now, this is something I'm encountering. I always bring in like these temporary people. They love to leech off the light. They love to leech off the wisdom. The same as the men. But they're all temporary people. It's like they think I'm some piece of candy in a shop that's to be kind of picked up and tried and then dropped. I think a lot of people feel like that. So your job is to not allow people to do that to you. You're not some piece of meat. You're not some piece of, you're not temporary. You're a human being. Right? So be careful with these people, because I do feel like they're self-serving and they're all about themselves. But with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like someone could be doing spell work as well. So we do have the wheel, and then we do have the candles, the spirits. So just be careful as well, like who you're connecting with, because this can be somebody who dabbles in black magic, they're kind of dark. This is someone who, when they're not getting the way, they start manipulating energy, they start manipulating the Wheel of Fate, because this woman is working on the Wheel of Fate. I'm also getting moving out of an apartment because there's been spirits. Okay, this is like we've all had it. I had it. A few people have pointed it out to me where things will be moving, or I used to have the kettle being switched on and off. So yeah, some years are dealing with a house where it could have like some form of like darkness or just energy that's off. So maybe some of you need to change your house because it can be very unsettling. It can also be like neighbours who are kind of demonic and like they're just bad energy. There's a need for newness, there's a need for freshness. Okay, what else does Aquarius need to know this week, please? Standing in your power, standing in your power. For the Aquarius woman, you need to know that a man has got a second life. You might already know this, so this can be a man who's got someone pregnant, he's got a wife, he's got kids, you're the other woman. Okay? For the Aquarius man, it might be that you've got two choices to make. But I think for the Aquarius man, you're dealing with somebody who sees themselves as better than you. But a lot of people, what they will do is, why they haven't got what they want, they'll use a lot of people to fill them up before what they want comes in. And you've got to be careful of being the person who's used as a stopgap. To most people, you are temporary in their lives. They're going to use you and exploit you and disregard you. You're not really what they want. They just want to use you in the short term. To fill them up, maybe the lonely, maybe the especially the men. Women do it too. Maybe for attention, maybe to make other people jealous. Don't allow yourself to be exploited and used, okay? You're not temporary. Yeah, getting news that's not the best is what I would say. Okay? So there's some kind of message that's going to be coming in, and I feel like this message is not going to be the best message. This person looks miserable. I'm also getting someone being ghosted and ignored. So I think it's time to sever something. For the Aquarius woman, I think this could all be you. So this is you getting out of your head. This is severing a connection, a contract, and stepping into divine femininity and abundance. I feel like someone has been ignoring your messages, leaving you on red. Someone's a vulture. Can you see the vulture? They've got a vulture mentality. Vultures will feast off the dead. They have no class. So I think it's in China or Japan. You'd have the mountains, and when a human being dies, they'll put the human on top of the mountains, and the vultures will come and just eat it till there's nothing. Nothing. Not even a piece of bone. Or maybe there's a bit of bone left, but they will literally devour until there's nothing there. I think some of yours might have been in a connection where it kind of feels like that. It feels like you've been used, exploited. For those cross-watching, it could be the same. Maybe if you're a Gemini, or you're a Libra, or you're a Taurus. Whoever this masculine is, they've just literally devoured you. They've took and took and took, and now they're gone. Again, I think we tend to say we're living in a very painful time, but I think humans have always been pieces of shit. I mean, look at our history. Humans are pieces of shit. They're inevitably self-serving. I mean, they're capable of good, but mostly they act good because it benefits them. Humans are inevitably selfish. You know? If you look at our slavery, if you look at the Holocaust, if you look at the things that are happening in Gaza, the idea that human beings are good people is an absolute fallacy. They tend to act socially coherent, they tend to act nice because it keeps them safe. But ultimately, that's why I don't believe in narcissism. Whenever people come at me with, he's a narcissist, I'm like, fuck, this woman is so... honestly, I don't believe in that concept. And if narcissism does in fact exist, we're all narcissists. Because we all act according to a self-serving agenda. The idea is to survive, whether it be emotionally, financially, physically. It's an agenda. So yeah, I feel like some of you you've kind of dealt with a vulture, but there's a painful lesson. But it could also be a lesson for growth, a lesson for you to step into your power, a lesson for you to never tolerate that again. And I think the women who come out here and talk about men as narcissists, I think there's a lot of money in it. I think people who promote it, it's because there's a lot of money in it. But I don't really believe in it. I believe in predators. I believe in humans who are more primal based, and humans who are more primal based tend to exploit the less emotional. People who are highly empathic and emotional find it difficult to abuse and use people because they know what it feels like for that to be done to them. They feel on a deep level, whereas humans who don't have this capacity, it's easy. Their karma is that they don't feel that deeply. They'll never truly experience life at its truest core. They'll never truly experience love because there's nothing in them for them to feel that deeply. That's their karma. But it's easy for them to get what they want in this world because they're able to just jump from person to person, be a vulture, exploit, and that's it. But I don't believe in narcissism. Okay, and women who think they've encountered a narcissist, I would see it more as a lesson. I would see it more as a lesson of, what you'll never tolerate again. Whereas if you keep looping in, he's a narcissist, you'll keep trying to understand why he's a narcissist, you'll just get lost. Okay? So it's time to move on. Okay? It's time to get back to creating as well. That's what I'm getting. I'm actually getting that for some Aquariuses. It's a very abundant time. This can be a business that's stagnant. It can be money's just not coming in. This is all about being an entrepreneur, being creative. Like, I'm getting someone who the business is just stagnant, like nothing is growing, nothing is selling. So it's time to get back to the drawing board. It's time to get back to creative ideas. This could be someone who creates something or gets a lot of success. This could be selling jewellery, or it's something you create. This could be patents, it could be absolutely anything, it could be knitwear, it could be fashion, it could be dresses. But there's something you create and it's in a shop window, and then you start to get a lot of satisfaction, a lot of buyers, a lot of retention. But and then we've got the Seven of Swords with the Knight of Swords. So this can also be Aquariuses who are being sneaks and liars and, I also get some kind of a fear here as well. So if you found yourself, maybe you'll find out about this. Obviously, sometimes a man will not tell us the full truth. And then we find out later that he's married or that he's got a girlfriend. I feel like the message here is, as an Aquarius woman, you need to cut this out. Okay? I do get it as that someone has been sneaking around, someone has been lying. Okay? And the Eight of Cups is walking away. So see the full moon, that's what this is. This is the eclipse. This is this energy. A lot is going to be illuminated within yourself with the Mercury retrograde, with the eclipse on the 9th. I feel like, again, and I know this for me, eclipses are kind of really, really nasty. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. So actually this can be someone who's been hiding or lying to themselves or deceiving themselves or keeping themselves busy. But with the illumination, there's nowhere to hide. Something is coming to the light and there's nowhere to hide. It can also be within ourselves. We just get to a point where it's like, I just can't be this version of me anymore. This is where you see people in their true light. And what you see is truly, truly repugnant and disgusting. And there's no going back from that. That's it. That's why with me, what you get is what you see. A lot of people don't like me, but I don't give a fuck. Because at least when you fuck with me, mate, I'm not out here pretending I care. I keep it real. And there's a lot of people who love me. They adore me. And there's people who hate the ground I walk on. Great. Doing it right then. And a lot of people who hate me, it's only because I can see right through them. And they can't use me. And that's it. And especially the men, because men love women who will sit back in the face of bad treatment and pretend it's not going on, whereas I won't. The Emperor. But for some of you, you're coming into a real time of abundance. So I do think this eclipse could be with the fire energy. It's a powerful time to build a new connection. It's a powerful time to build that business you've always been wanting to build. This is someone who's got an idea. Like, I love this combination of cards. Like, this is someone who's got an idea, a creative idea, and if they act on it in a year, wow, by September, you're gonna, it takes 1 week to change your life. We tend to think it takes years. It doesn't. You could sit there this week and say, right, I'm going to start drawing, I'm going to start creating jewellery, going to start an Etsy, and in a year, even by September, it could have completely, there's strong nines here, so this can be September, but in a year, 9 months, September, your life could be completely different. If you stop allowing yourself to be abused by these classless men, they are classless. They're not funny, they're not gangster, they're not G, they are classless. They are not men. And you start saying, I want a gentleman. That's it. You'll get it. Stop going to war with people who are at war with themselves. Stop asking for class from classless people. Stop. We've done enough talking, including me. And you know what? And I feel like as well, like people need to start getting tougher. You want to fucking fight? You can have it all. You can have it all. End of. Come peaceful, be respectful, but okay. I think humans need to go back to the old school ways. There's too much disrespect out here. And for the others who think that it's funny to okay, sound, do you. No one gives a fuck about you anyway. I don't. Okay, so the point I'm making is I think it's a very powerful week, and it's the same as yours. Stop moaning. It's there if you want it. It's there if you want it, right? But you've got to start moving into that powerful energy, and that means you've got to tune out the world. Let people do whatever they want. It's none of your business. You've got enough of your own business to focus on. Stop saying he's a narcissist. Stop blaming the men. Look in the fucking mirror. That's where your problem is. Me too. I'm speaking to myself as I speak to you. Every cunt who meets me knows that I'm a star. They know I'm power. Every man who meets me knows what level I am. Most of them can't reach that level, so they demonise me. But if I stay true to myself, that guy's going to come in and he's going to worship the ground that I walk on as it should be. Because I'm a once-in-a-lifetime woman. And that's it. And any man who treats me like I'm some piece of ass and piece of tits, yeah, okay, babe. You know, I mean, he wouldn't even know what to do with that ass and tits. That's how bad it is. Anyway, it's going to be an intense week. So fasten in, okay? Try to use the aggression, the emotion, the intensity in your art, in your fitness, building your future. It's also a powerful week for manifestation. Because of the Mercury retrograde, because we're in an unconscious, right? So it's a very powerful week to really be thinking on the level that you want and what you're doing. Stop thinking it takes years to build success. Stop thinking it takes forever to find that person. It really doesn't. It's on you. And you don't have to do all this stupid shit that they're all doing online to make money off your back. You know, where it's like, oh, you know, do you, but the more you tune into yourself, the more you realign yourself, it'll just happen. Quicker than you think. That's the message for you this week. But if you just keep being out here looping, projecting, deflecting, you know, you'll just be in this. A lot of women have got this energy. It's kind of poverty and then being in a kind of sulken, moody. But I don't really blame women because I do think it's, these men are not nice. They're not nice. Women are, we're in pain because like a man has got sexual needs, we've got emotional needs, and we're just being laughed at. We're being mocked. You know? So I think there's plenty of men getting their end away, even the most basic men are, because women are quite desperate. But I think when it comes to a woman having that nurture and that emotion and that care, she is so starved. So starved. So it's actually sad. It's really sad, you know. So I think some women's moods are coming from that, but again, you've got to start saying, okay, if I keep giving to these type of men, I'm going to keep getting this outcome. They're going to treat me like flesh, a piece of meat. Most of us are like, you know, the butcher who hangs up the lamb that's been slaughtered and it's just dripping and that's it. But there is also men out here who will massage you and look after you, and the romantic and the gentle and the kind, and I think it comes down to you've got to believe in your heart, your soul, your energy. I deserve that. I deserve that. You know, and again, for the Aquarius man watching this, if this is some dumb bitch whore who just uses you, fuck that bitch. If you're sitting there going, wait there, what about the men? Hi, Elisa. Hi. Then yes, don't allow a woman to treat you like that. Don't allow a woman to abuse you or use you or fuck that bitch. Good men deserve good women. Good women deserve good men. And that's it. And if we have to be fiscal and fat, so be it. But I don't think you do. I think you just need to step into your standard and it'll happen. Powerful times for you. Don't waste this energy. Don't waste this power. Check the readings below and especially the eclipse read. I'll speak to you soon.